Hey y'all, Kyle here, back once again. Last episode of our Classics Week here on Game Time, taking a look at some great classic mini flashback consoles. We took a look at the two Nintendo ones and the PlayStation one, and I thought we'd round out the week by two that are kind of overlooked here a little bit, the Intellvision and Colecovision. I actually did previous system overviews of this earlier, actually quite some time back now. I'll provide a link in the description as well at the end of the video for that. We took a little bit of a detailed look, but we mixed in with one of the Atari flashbacks in there as well, so it's kind of a 3-in-1. A little lengthy video, but it was what it was. Thought on today's video, what we're going to do, we're going to see both these in action. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video, but I'm going to divide it up. We're going to actually take a look. We'll do the Intellvision first. See this in action, and then we'll spend a few minutes with the Colecovision as well. So, starting with the Intellvision. You can see here the console very much like that's the original one from the early 80s. Kind of got it slimmed down there. They actually did a really good job at remodeling that there. The controller that comes with the flashback one, very much similar to the one from the early 80s as well. Unfortunately, the flashback model does not work on the original model, and vice versa. I'm not quite sure what that is, considering they both use the same get out of the way, wire. Both use the same connector pin, so I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure there's some techie reason why that doesn't work. And as well as the box here, gonna see fun little thing there. It is at Games, I believe, that did this. Don't quote me on that, but you can see it comes with 60 built-in games. A lot of the big popular Intellivision games here. Even got some Intellivoice games, as well as a few unreleased games, which are actually pretty decent. So I'll pause it right there in case you need to take a look at the whole list. But yeah, we'll plug this in and we'll play a couple games, see how they run. And then the second half of the video, we'll do the same with the good old Colecovision. Okay, and just like in our last overview video, I think I did say we'd show more gameplay at some point, so consider this me making good on my promise. Yeah, just it kind of controls kind of like those classic Atari flashbacks. It's nothing too special. See, kind of the pages here unfortunately don't have the box or kind of a screenshot of what the game looks like, so that's unfortunate. Got some Brick Out, Buzz Bombers, Deep Pocket Spool, Math Fun. Everyone loves Math Fun. Actually, one of my favorite games as well. Night Stalker's on there. I think I did play Pinball last time. That we did a little bit of an overview on this. Kind of some space games there. Shark's kind of a fun one. Snafu, classic game right there. Again, more space games. Stadium Mud Buggy is actually pretty fun. I'm glad that's on here. I don't actually have a copy of that particular one. And last page here, some Triple Action, Utopia, Thin Ice, kind of a fun, unique one. So, yeah, I mean, just kind of like our previous videos that we did on Nintendo and PlayStation as well. You know, we'll play, like, you know, see a couple here in action. So, yeah, I mean, everything's pretty set. I'm going to head to enter here right away. We can kind of customize what you want to do. Let's start event. I'm ready to roll. Of course, Red Car. Pretty fun game for the Intellivision. I'm using the little track disc on the controller itself to kind of drive the steerings. It's touchy, but considering... Oh, I'm going in reverse there. Blue Car is the AI opponent. But considering, you know, early 80s, it actually controls pretty well considering, you know, this type of console. I really like this one. If you get a chance to see this game out in the wild or part of this Intellivision flashback collection, definitely give this one a go. I think it's actually really one of the better games on here. And like I said, it controls. It's a little loose, but not bad for what it is. You really get the sense of depth too. Like I'm going uphill here. I'm barely. There we go. Made it. So the game makes pretty darn good use of 3D as well. They're always very impressed with this game. Let's reset here. And again, I think there's a couple tracks on there. I know you can kind of choose a couple options there. We'll do Thin Ice here real quick. This one kind of plays like, I think the game is called Quix, Q-I-X, something like that. One player. In that I'm kind of a penguin skating around this ice area. All the enemies in black are things I have to kind of cut out chunks of ice like so and get. But I have to be careful here not to fall in myself. We're doing good there. I think the seal tries to run into us, so we have to stay away from him. Oh, see, and I went into the water. Luckily, I can survive. I was thinking I wouldn't be able to survive that. Seal tries to repair the thing, so I'm going to have to go somewhere else. He's on to me. There we go. Try not to run into him. I just ran into him as I said that. Slows me down a little bit, but only one enemy left. It'll be a little tricky to get. But yeah, like I said, kind of like that Quix game, kind of tear out pieces of the map and have the enemies fall into that. Very, very fun game. Obviously, the stages do get a lot more challenging as time goes on. Night Stalker's fun. I've talked about that quite a bit here on this channel. Feel free to check out some of the other Intellvision videos I have in this playlist. I'm pretty sure we did Astro Smash as well. This is a very commonly loved game here on the Intellvision. It was for the Atari as well, but I think it actually plays a little bit better on Intellvision. And considering lots of great games on the Atari 2600, I got to give the Intellvision a few good games as well. This is a pretty darn good version of this game. So, yeah, but that's the Intellvision Flashback. Again, controlling everything with a controller like this is pretty weird, but that driving and steering's fun. Buttons there on the side. It's tricky, but it works out pretty well. So, alright, let's do the second half of the video where we'll take a look at the Colecovision. Alright, second half of the video. Here's, of course, the original Coleco, early 80s model. Very nice. One of my favorite retro systems. This is a beast. It can really play some great games. And, of course, the Flashback version of that. Very similar in a lot of ways, kind of how it's modeled there. Even got the front of it pretty similar to the original model. The controller for the Flashback, very much similar. A little more lightweight. These original controllers were a little hefty, but about the same size and everything, just a bit lighter. And again, got that same 9-pin connector there. Unfortunately, these won't play on the original system, nor these on the Flashback system. Not quite sure why that is. I'm sure there's a specific reason. The box for it itself, once again, I'll hold this right here so you can take a look at the game list. I won't read them all off here. A little bit of a glare. But that's that. Yeah, pretty neat 60 built-in games for this one as well. It is At Games who did this, so I think they did pretty decent. It's a shame that they don't get talked about a whole lot, because I actually really do like the Intellvision, and especially the Colecovision Flashback. Fantastic system. So just like our Intellvision, we're going to hook this up. We're going to see, play a couple games, see how they run on there, and share some final thoughts on these consoles a couple years after their release. Alright, some Colecovision Flashback here. We'll just do, kind of like we did with the Intellvision, just a minute here of a couple games. Here's the first page here. Lots of fun games here. Bump and Jump. Choplifter is a fantastic version of this game on the Colecovision. Frantic Freddy, I'm not quite sure what that one is. Frenzy's a fun one. Jumpman Jr. Jungle Hunt, very good version of that game here on the Coleco. Miner 2049er. Montezuma's Revenge. I think I did that one last time we took a look at the Flashback, so I'll stay away from that one, but this was probably one of my favorite games on here. Pepper 2, Princess Quest. I think we did this one last time as well. It kind of plays out a little bit like a Ghosts and Goblins. Definitely a lot of fun. Oil's Well, there on the bottom left, kind of a fun. That one's a unique one. We'll definitely play that one here before we end the video. Here's kind of this page here, Space Fury, Space Panic, some good stuff. And last page here, Adventure, very awesome game. Zaxxon, of course, very famous arcade game. The heist, lots of fun with that one as well. So let's actually start with Venture. I forget if I did this on any previous Colecovision video. I'm very sure I did that on one of my Fantastic Four videos where we play 4 fantastic games for a particular system. Let's do one here because we're not gonna do anything wild. I'm ready. So as you see on the very bottom, I get the very small orange dot. That's me to kind of avoid the ghosts or monsters that are roaming around. But I can go in this room here, and then it turns into kind of a whole different type of game. Oh, I forgot I can't run into enemies. Let's give that one more try here real quick. They may be dead, but they can still kill you, I guess? Sure. But on the smiley face, I'm shooting arrows here at these enemies, and again, I can't touch them, so I have to be careful. Control's a little loose. God dang it. Well, you get the idea of that. Wow, apparently I'm not very good at that. I definitely want to show off here. Yeah, that oils well is a kind of a fun one. Think a little bit like a Pac-Man. It's a maze. You have to try to get a lot of the dots and avoid things that are coming at your pipe. And that may sound weird, but you'll understand here in just a second. So I'm this factory, so I can this little thing here. I have to retract so I don't get hit by some of these monsters here. I can eat them, but I can't necessarily go back. So see, right there I'm stuck. I have to hit the buttons here on the side to kind of retract the pipe or whatever you want to call it. But I still am trying to eat all these dots a la Pac-Man. Now if I get hit, I'm going to do this on purpose, that monster hit my pipe right there. So we can't have that. So the further down you go, it's kind of a risk versus reward. You know, how far you want to kind of stretch your thing out here. Trying not to make it sound too dirty. Be careful there. Yeah. That takes care of some enemies here. We can get the idea of that. So that's a kind of a fun one. Oils well. Let's reset and do one more here real quick. I'm very sure I did Jungle Hunt in the past. Ah, shoot, there's so many good ones. Bump and Jump's kind of a fun Coleco game here. We'll do this here real quick, and we'll call it a video. And by the way, you know, if there's any questions as well, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Between the Intellvision and Colecovision, honestly, I do. They're both great. Intellvision has some great games, but I think I do like the Coleco a little bit better. I think the selection of games is a little bit better. I like the controller a little bit better, though they're both kind of the same. But I kind of like the little bit more of a joystick-ish type of controller here. So on the red car, it's very much like a Spy Hunter, just not quite as quick. Kind of bumping into other cars, hitting them off the road, and a little burnout. I can hit the button there and jump, hence the name Bump and Jump. So if I get into danger, I can kind of jump out of the way, or more like we've seen a ramp coming up here, I can jump over that. We'll give that one more try here. See if I can make it. And we're getting aggressive. Here we go. Yeah, that's fun. It obviously gets a lot harder as time goes on. So that is Bump and Jump. Fun game that you can get as part of the Colecovision Flashbacks. So everybody, thanks again for watching this video. Again, I'll provide links at the end of the video. You can click on more Intellvision playlists. You can click on another Colecovision playlist, as well as some other things. So thank you everybody for watching, subscribing, and we will see you next time on Game Time.